So when the pandemic hit, the staff had to shift from doing home visits to doing virtual visits, which was a change, but they, adapted really well. We were able to still maintain the structure of the model and the curriculum, but doing it over FaceTime or Zoom or whatever virtual platform the families felt comfortable with.
There's a difference. I can say that telehealth I've seen a lot of success. I think we have surprised ourselves with how successful it's been. But there is something about a presence felt that you just can't replicate. And there's some things that you miss on a screen. The first word doesn't sound quite as clear. The first step, if you were just there, the vibe, the feel would be different.
I missed a lot of my kids, their first steps, them crawling, pulling up, babbling. That really just kind of really tugged my heart. But it was also great that parents could send us videos, pictures, sharing those moments with us and getting to experience it and rejoice with them. And at the end of the day, it's the work that they put in with the coaching and the guidance that we provided for them.
So we are so proud of our staff who've been able to pretty much overnight go from face-to-face visits to virtual visits in their own home environment, which has, of course, presented its own challenges. But we are seeing them be successful with families, continue to provide resources to them, to continue supporting families and making sure that kids are learning and safe and growing and ready for school.
2 weeks turned into over a year of working virtually, and none of us knew what it was to work virtually, how to do visits virtually. We didn't have any, I'm going to say, guidance on how to do it, but we literally paved the way on how to create these visits, how to still be able to connect with the families, how to still give them all the services that we were so used to doing in person and do it virtually. To me, I think that was also the most difficult, but the best thing that came from this.
I am not one to be secluded at home all the time without human interaction. That in itself made me feel like an animal inside a cage. I like human interaction, and especially the type of job that we do. We go into people's homes, we talk, we do the whole facial expressions, the tone of voice, the body language, which sometimes is a little bit hard to get through a lens, through a camera. So that was a very difficult thing to do with the families.
It was very challenging. It was very scary. I think about, how last year started, and if they would have told us what was going to happen, we wouldn't have believed it. And I think it helped us kind of be more open to change. Things aren't always going to be the way you're used to.
Kids hanging up on calls, that was hard. Hard because they get tired of just being in front of the screen and, going over numbers and shapes, and they like to decline the calls or end the calls or take off running, and technical difficulties. My goodness, who would have thought that the internet, that the browser had so much power over us sometimes? So there was times where the internet was down, the Wi-Fi was down, so okay, how do I get back up on the net really quick? That was hard.
You got this. I know, because we're all in this together.
You got this. I know you got this because I see how hard all of you work going above and beyond for all of your families.
We never closed at all, and we just kept going, and we knew that we needed to be the support for the families with resources, with just being a listening ear, because families were going through so much. And we were able to provide those resources. So it was different, but it was very doable. They were able to transition very well in that area.
Children adapted very well to our requirements. We did curbside service, we did temperatures, we took temperatures outside, and parents adapted well. Parents actually appreciated that we were able to help the children stay safe. And the mask, parents thought they weren't going to be able to leave their mask on because they're little 2-year-olds. They did very well with that as well.
And I love the fact that we were able to provide materials when families didn't have the ability to purchase something, let's say, and the fact that we also provided tablets, iPads, anything to be able to accommodate to their needs and be able to provide that support for the families. It's almost as if we never disconnected, we just transitioned in a different way and still accommodated to their needs, and of course us to continue to provide services for them.
I'm going to say that I really enjoyed our staff meetings because no matter how your week went, if it was like the best week ever or the worst week ever, you knew that Friday we were going to be able to see each other.
Through virtual visits and through using the coaching model with these virtual visits, we have really been able to teach parents to carry through the strategies every day, all day long, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whether we're in their home or not, they feel confident and comfortable in working towards bettering the development of their children.
As director of Easterseals Rio Grande Valley, I want to recognize all the Easterseals staff who have been champions during this unique event in history. You did not skip a beat, and you moved quickly to provide critical services virtually. You have stayed positive, you have stayed focused, and you have continued to make a difference in the lives of the families we serve. You got this, I know, because I see your excitement each day as you support families achieve their goals.